Thank you for joining me today. Today, we're going to talk about how to build a seven-figure business that doesn't really depend on you. And the easiest way to do this is through leverage. So we're going to talk to you about how you can figure out how to do this, okay, without you giving up your entire life to the business. So if you haven't already checked in, let us know where you're at. We're going to talk about how I did this. This is very important to understand that I actually, did this myself successfully. Many of you know my story. Within 3 years of getting my real estate license, I became the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world. Now, remember, I started with no money, no experience. I never sold anything in my life before. So I truly had to figure this business out. So when you first get into the business, of course, you do the natural thing. You look around at what all the other agents are doing, figuring this is how you do this thing. But I worked and I worked and I worked. And in my first year, I think I sold 12, 15 transactions from doing all the traditional things. The key to this, though, to becoming successful is the power of leverage. The first thing I did is I figured out lead generation. I figured out marketing. And I got to the point where I physically couldn't go out on all the appointments on my own. So I started hiring other agents. But while I was hiring the other agents, I was really fine-tuning all of the systems. So you have to understand it's the systems that are going to be the key to leverage this thing. So you get the system dialed in for lead generation and conversion and for presentations, and then you can start to hire people to fill these positions that you were doing yourself. So that's what I did. For years, I expanded my team. We went from 200 transactions to 300 transactions to 400 transactions to 500 transactions. So with lead generation, I'm not talking about you buying the leads. I'm actually talking about you running your own marketing. So you've got to be a student of marketing. You have to understand that you're a marketer first before a real estate agent. You're a real estate agent second. You could be the best real estate agent in the world, but if you've got nobody to talk to, you're going to starve to death. So that's what I did. I became a student of marketing. The first thing I rolled out was my guaranteed sale program, where if I can't sell your home, I'll guarantee to buy it. That was very, very successful. It put me on the map. People understood what made me different and what made me better than all the other real estate agents in the area. And again, I went from being a nobody in real estate to being the top RE/MAX agent in the world within 36 months. So your lead generation system and developing your unique selling proposition, that's the thing that sets you apart from all other agents, right? So if a buyer or seller asks you, why should I choose you versus all other options, you've got to have a really good answer to that question. It can't be, I work hard. It can't be, I've lived in this town for 17 years. That's what all the other agents say. So an example of something you could all use is I guarantee to sell your home in X amount of days, or I'll deduct $1,000 off my commission. That would be a performance guarantee. It may be additional services that you have that nobody else offers. So for example, my Sunday tour of homes, okay? My buyers and waiting list, things that I offered, extra services that other agents were not offering. When the leads come in, you need to have an automated follow-up process, okay? You need to understand what's going to happen once the lead comes into your office. If it depends just on people and phone calls, you're going to struggle. So there's going to be a series of automated marketing that's going to happen when a new lead comes in so you can convert the lead. What you want is buyers and sellers contacting you. You want them chasing you so you're not chasing them. And then when it comes to hiring people, you make mistakes, right? If you haven't hired people before, you're going to make very common mistakes. So how do I recruit the right people? Why would they come and want to work with me? How do I recruit them? How do I hire them? What kind of contract should I get them to sign? How do I train them? Because if you don't train them to do it the way that you want to do, these new people that you bring on board, it's not going to help your business. Okay. And then how do I manage people, right? You're out there selling, you're doing your thing. Your goal is to slowly remove yourself from selling. I want you to consider this. The real secret to getting rich as a real estate agent is not actually being a real estate agent. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that's really what I did is I removed myself slowly from all of the activities that a real estate agent would do. So, first thing I delegated was administrative tasks. So no longer was I running around taking pictures of houses or getting keys cut or doing paperwork. My administrative person did that. Pretty soon I delegated all the buyers. So I had buyer agents. So I was only working now with the listings. And then shortly after that, I was able to delegate the listings. Now, I'm not suggesting that the first thing you do is run out and hire a team. The first thing that because you would have no one, you wouldn't be able to support a team. Why would they come and work with you unless you had an overflow business, right? So the first thing that I coach you up on is, how do I get an overflow of business? How do I really understand marketing? Okay, so you can run your own ads and you can make these great offers so you do have more people coming to you than you physically as a solo agent could handle on your own. Okay, so that's step number one. Step number two would be implementing systems. So before you run out and you hire a bunch of people, you're going to want to implement systems and processes to make you super efficient as a solo agent, right? Before you hire people, let's make sure you're super efficient as a solo agent. And then after you've maxed that out and you're super efficient, you've got all the right systems in place, because you have the systems in place, the systems are really going to manage the people and you're going to manage the system. And this is when you can scale this. I want you to think about this. How many homes could you sell if it had nothing to do with you? Okay, how many homes could you sell if it had nothing to do with you? How many buyers could you work with? How many listings could you take on? That's what I was working towards. I was working towards moving myself out further and further and further away from being involved in the business. And I use the word business because that's what happened. It actually became a business. See what I'm saying? I started off having a job as a real estate agent where it consumed me. I was working 70 to 80 hours a week. And slowly over time, by implementing the right systems and hiring the right people, I was able to move myself out further and further and further until that business just was. Like your house doesn't depend on you being inside your house. Your house just is, right? Well, I was able to travel and live in other places while my business continued to pump out 300, 400, 500 transactions every single year. And I did that for 20 years in a row. In fact, that's how I got into coaching and training other agents, because you want the same thing, right? The reason you got into real estate is you also want freedom, right? When you got into real estate, you thought, I'll be able to make more money and I'll have more time and I'll ultimately have more freedom in my life. So this can be done, and it's not as difficult as you think. You might think that there's some kind of like secret to doing this, but there really isn't. Once you understand the marketing system and you have more business coming in than you can handle, you can see it's fairly easy to recruit other agents because you have what they want, right? You've got an overflow of business of buyers and sellers chasing you, and that's what they want. They don't have enough business, and you've got it. So you just call them and say, hey, would you like to partner up? Here's my problem. It's a good problem. I've got too much business. And if you don't have enough business, why don't we partner up? Why don't we have a conversation about partnering up where you split the commission, okay? And you start referring them business. And pretty soon they're going to want to come on your team so they can get this business on a regular basis. So there are mistakes along the way. That, of course, I've made, and everyone that grows a team have made these mistakes before. So it really makes sense to learn how to do this, to have somebody that's walked this pathway before, who's made the mistakes, who can really shortcut your learning, right? I can't blame anyone for wanting to take a massive shortcut to success. So you've really got to ask yourself, what's my future here in real estate? Do I want to be a solo agent, slugging it out, working 60, 70, 80 hours a week? How long do I want to do that for? In fact, what's your exit strategy? Right? Do you have an exit strategy, or are you just going to work and work and work within your own capabilities for the next 10 or 20 years until you become exhausted and you leave, right? So there's no real leverage on that. Or could you leverage off of marketing and systems and people and grow something big? Okay, could you grow something much bigger that didn't depend on you? So you could make more money and you could have more time and you could have more freedom in your life. And if that was true for you, your business wasn't really that taxing to you, you could keep doing it for a long, long time, right? Because it now is a business. It's no longer a job. Look, I hope this has been helpful for you. If you want to book a call with me, you can do so at proctorcall.com. If someone wants to type that in the comments below, it's proctorcall.com, and you can book a confidential call with my team and I, and we'll lay this out for you. We'll talk to you about how your business looks right now, and what do you want to do with your business? How big do you want this to be? Do you want to do 20 transactions, 50 transactions, 100 transactions? And let's work on what is the best structure for you, right? We'll lay it all out. The call doesn't cost anything at all. We'll give you our advice on it, and you can hang up at any time if you don't like it. But what if this does make sense? What if we have a proven pathway for you to go from where you are to where you want to go? Costs you nothing to find out how that works. Again, go to proctorcall.com. And if you've liked this, smash the like button. Give me a little thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what you think about going from where you are right now, a real estate job, to having a real business, a real estate business, by leveraging marketing, by leveraging systems, and by leveraging people. I hope you enjoyed our session here today. We'll see you again next time. This is Real Estate Coach Craig Proctor. Have a great day. Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's gonna let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.